So today's video was made possible by my awesome patron Zenshi. Thank you so much for your patronage, my friend, and I hope this video is good enough for what you wanted. So Zenshi wanted me to make a video about what I thought would happen if King knew that he had his luck power. Now, of course, I'm aware that there's a whole bunch of people out there that think that King doesn't have powers, it's a gag, it's plot armor, whatever. That's fine. Don't watch the video. This is for people like-minded to myself who are in the camp that think that King does have powers. But if also you're like interested in finding out about King's abilities, feel free to check out my video, How Powerful is King? I think you'll get a kick out of that. So this video is going to be brief because I've always kind of had the answer for this in my head because, you know, it's something I thought about myself. But thanks to Zenshi, I finally got around to make a video about this. So if King actually did know that he had the aura, as I call it, and, you know, one kind of called it too, I don't really think much would change. I mean, his demeanor would probably become a little more confident because we know that King's like a coward through and through, even like when he knows that he's going to be saved or whatever, or if he's in a safe company with other powerful heroes or whatever, he's just always kind of, you know, anxious and scared, but also has still some kind of like this charmingness about him. Like maybe the aura is even affecting us readers. I mean, it's definitely worked because I believe in King, probably the most of anyone. But going back to what I was saying is that I don't think King would really change that much. And if you're wondering, like, would King become evil? Like, if he knew he was unaffected by the laws of causality and that there was essentially no consequences for his decisions in life and probability would just always favor him, I think he would still be the same. And it goes back to, yeah, he would be a little bit more confident. And maybe he would start, I don't know, having more of like an outspoken quality to him because he's kind of just gotten by with like random dialogue at this point. You know, he just happens to say things and it just works out and people will interpret it differently. Like for example, when he's talking to the invisible monster and he's like, you know what, it's just better if you stay away from me. I'm not worth it. You know, he's actually saying like, you know, just stay away from me because, you know, I don't want to be around you. I fear you, but the monster sees it the complete opposite. So instead of like just getting by like that, maybe he would just have utmost confidence in saying like, hey, you know, run away because I'm going to destroy you or something like that. Because, you know, something that he doesn't typically say. You know, more or less, you know, he would just be more aggressive, possibly. But I really don't think his attitude or his overall morality would change. Because King is a straight up good guy, like through and through. I mean, yeah, he's like an awkward, kind of weird, weeby nerd. But aren't we all, you know, in some way? I mean, of course, more of us. I mean, some of us more than others. But King is definitely a genuinely good person. So I feel that he would definitely use his abilities for good. And he would still stay a hero. I mean, probably still be in the Hero Association because he's getting paid after all. But I don't even really think that he would use his abilities to go as far as to like scamming the system, you know, like using his abilities for, you know, attaining monetary gains or something like that. I really don't even think he would do that. And maybe he would even feel some kind of fulfillment in his life using his abilities for the betterment of humanity. You know, similar to how he plays video games and whatnot, and that definitely wouldn't change, but maybe he would just get more of a rich experience out of life rather than just being, you know, huddled in his room playing games and being awkward and all that stuff. Knowing that he is essentially immortal at this point, I guess he would maybe even live more freely. Now, if you're looking for an example of like what it would look like if King just went out with the utmost confidence going against monsters, especially like the ultra powerful ones, like ones that aren't just going to probably run away from him like Tongue Stretcher or something. Look no further than his encounter with Elder Centipede. Like, honestly, just think about that sequence, but instead of like King not knowing that he doesn't have luck abilities, just think about that he is aware of it. Nothing would really change, right? I mean, just think about it. He's going out to Elder Centipede, talking smack to him confidently, although it's like a false bravado in the actual canon. But in this situation, just think about him just knowing that he's not going to get touched here, talking crap, and then just letting Elder Centipede come to him, and then Saitama comes out of nowhere, one punches him. That's essentially what he would do to like every single monster or villain or whatever. I mean, I don't see why things would really play out differently. So that's more or less what the world would be like if King was aware of his luck, I suppose. Maybe he would become more of a mascot than he already is. He's kind of like an unintentional mascot, but then at the same time, I mean, I just feel like it would just more or less be the same. So yeah, I mean, King's a good guy through and through, and it ultimately comes down to me thinking that, yeah, he would use these abilities for good. And also, you know, plan out strategies and stuff like what he did with Saitama. Like, hey, I'm going to go run on this high dragon or this above dragon or whatever over here. So I know that somebody's going to come in and stop it. So it needs to be done this way to mitigate, you know, X amount of damage or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I hope you like this video, Zenshi. I'm pretty confident with this answer, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think would happen if King knew that he had his luck powers? But if you like the video as well, please, you know, give it a like. And I also have that Patreon that I mentioned in the beginning. Check it out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.